Hey everybody, I'm Kendall, and welcome to Kendallville Hoops, your destination for all things women's basketball. The Atlanta Dream made many changes this year with an all-new front court and a new coaching staff. Will these additions be enough for the Dream to win a playoff game for the first time since 2016? Let's get into it. Let's start with the 2024 season. The Dream finished the regular season with a 15-25 record in 8th place, but lost in the first round of the playoffs. While they did secure a playoff spot, their offensive struggles were evident throughout the year. In fact, the Dream finished last in the WNBA in scoring, averaging just 77 points per game and last in field goal percentage at a low 40.8%. Adding to these challenges, injuries played a significant role for the Dream. Ryan Howard and Jordan Canada spent decent amounts of time injured. This wasn't an isolated incident either, as the Dream have consistently dealt with injuries, making team health a critical aspect they need to address moving forward. Looking ahead to address those offensive struggles and the need for a fresh start leads to the arrival of the Dream's new head coach, Carl Smezko. Carl Smezko was the head coach for 22 seasons at Florida Gulf Coast University. During his time there, he established a clear identity known specifically for their heavy emphasis on three-point shooting. This offensive philosophy could signal a shift in the Dream's playmaking style to focus more on the three, and the Dream does have the personnel to make that happen. Smezko brings with him new assistant coaches and new positions within basketball operations, including a new head of personal training and the head of data analytics. This proactive approach strongly suggests the new coaching staff is prioritizing player health and on-court performance, looking to optimize both their physical well-being and their output on and off the court. The Dream has 6 players returning from the 2024 season. At point guard, Jordan Canada played only 20 out of the 40 regular season games. She missed the first 14 games of the season due to a hand injury, returned for 9 days, and then suffered from a broken finger. She later returned after the Olympic break to finish the rest of the season injury-free. In her appearances, she averaged 10.6 points, 3.5 rebounds, 5.8 assists, and 1.6 steals. With a 2.8 assist-to-turnover ratio, one of the best in the league. However, her 39% field goal and 28.1% three-point percentages highlight some areas for potential improvement. In the front court, Naz Hillman played in every game, providing 5.7 points and 4.8 rebounds, while being an efficient scorer inside, shooting 55.2% from the field and 33.3% from the three. Her rebounding was also notable, ranking 29th in the league. Providing additional minutes at forward was ncaaw, who was one of the few players to appear in all 40 games. In her 13.4 minutes per game, she contributed 3.3 points and 2.4 rebounds, also showing some shot blocking ability, ranking 24th in the league in blocks per game. Nia's skills were used to assist in the forward position when starters were out, which proved to be a valuable fill-in, providing stability and effort, and hopefully will continue to be valuable as well this season. Next, in her second year, Haley Jones played in all 40 games, starting in 24 of them. In her 17.8 minutes per game, she averaged 3.9 points, 2.2 rebounds, and 2.1 assists, shooting 39.7% from the field. As she was mostly used as a backup guard and for defense, her offense wasn't something the Dream were really looking for. In order for Haley to improve this year, I hope to see an improvement in her three-point and free throw percentages. With Coach Smezko's emphasis on the three-point shot, an area where Jones needs to improve, her development in that aspect could unlock a significantly larger role for her this season. A consistent presence on the wing, as always, is Alicia Gray, playing in all 40 games. She was a key scorer, averaging 15.6 points, 4.4 rebounds, 2.7 assists, and 1.1 steals. Her shooting percentages were 40.3% from the field, 34.2% from the three, and 76.9% from the free throw line. In league rankings for the season, she was 18th in points, 19th in blocks, and in the top 30 in field goal, three-point, and free throw percentage. Finally, to no surprise, one of the Dream's primary offensive weapons is Ryan Howard. Though she missed 10 games due to a left ankle injury, in her 30 appearances, she led the team in scoring with 17.3 points per game and a team-leading 1.8 steals, which is 4th in the league. Ryan also averaged 4.4 rebounds, 3.1 assists, 32.9% from the three, and 78.4% from the free throw line. She also ranked 14th in points per game and in the top 30 in assists, threes, and free throw percentage. She also showed some defensive versatility, ranking 25th in blocks. As we wrap up who stayed on the Dream, let's get into who they lost from their 2024 roster. First is Letitia Amahir, who was waived by the Dream and then claimed off the waivers by the Valkyries. While she didn't have a significant role in terms of minutes or statistics, losing a young 6'3" forward potentially reduces some depth in the front court. The Dream might need to find another developmental prospect at that position. Next is Tina Charles, who signed a one-year deal to return to Connecticut. This is a massive loss in terms of production and experience. Charles was the team's leading rebounder with 9.6 per game and second leading scorer at 14.9 per game. Her historical significance in the league as the all-time leader in rebounds and second in scoring brought a veteran presence and a consistent double-double threat. Losing her rebounding prowess at 4th in the league and her scoring efficiency at 18th in field goal percentage will be a significant challenge to overcome. Her leadership and ability to command double teams also opened up opportunities for other players. The Dream will need to find a way to replace her considerable offensive and rebounding output, as well as the sheer volume she provided, playing in almost every game. Following Tina Charles is Cheyenne Parker-Tyus, who signed a training camp contract with the Aces. Losing Cheyenne removes a versatile all-star forward. Her ability to score both inside and out, rebound, and her defense, specifically blocking, would have been valuable this coming season. While her 2024 stats were lower than her all-star year in 2023, since the Dream benched her in favor of Tina Charles, her efficiency from the free throw line, 3rd in the league at 89.9% and rebounding at 28th, were still strong. The Dream will be missing a proven scorer and a rebounder who can stretch the floor. Finally, there are 2 players from the 2024 roster that remain unsigned by any team, Ariel Powers and Lorella Kubai. Losing Ariel Powers removes a scoring threat from the guard position. While her shooting percentage in 2024 wasn't the highest, she was capable of getting hot and providing instant offense, especially from beyond the arc at 38.9% from the three. Her experience and ability to create her own shot could have been beneficial off the bench. The Dream will need to ensure they have enough scoring from their guards to compensate for her absence. Although Lorella Kubai played limited minutes, losing a forward removes some depth and a player who could provide rebounding and defense in short bursts. The Dream will need to ensure they have enough depth in their forward rotation. Now that we've reviewed the departures and losses, let's turn our attention to the additions and gains. These players have been brought in to reshape the Dream's roster for the upcoming season. The Dream were very active in free agency and the draft, making some significant moves to address their needs. I'm pretty shocked they were allowed to get away with the first 2. The first notable signing in free agency is Brittany Griner, who spent her entire career with the Phoenix Mercury. The 6'9" center with 12 seasons of WNBA experience brings a dominant presence to the team. Last season, she averaged an impressive 17.8 points, 6.6 rebounds, and 2.3 assists, showcasing her offensive skill as a very efficient shooter with 57.9% from the field, 50% from the three, and 77.7% from the free throw line. And yes, I'm not making that up. Brittany Griner is a 50% three-point shooter, but only out of 18 attempts. Griner's ability to draw fouls, going to the line 3.7 times per game, will be a major asset for the Dream. Defensively, she's definitely a game changer, having led the league in blocks an incredible 8 times, and currently with 812 career blocks as the all-time leader. Last season, she ranked 11th in the league in scoring, 17th in rebounding, 3rd in blocks, 27th in free throws, and 1st in field goal percentage. Brittany is a great addition to substitute for Tina Charles, and the Dream's strategy of surrounding Griner with shooters could be a very effective way to maximize her impact. The second Dream signing is Brianna Jones, who played her entire career with the Connecticut Sun. It's worth noting she missed almost all of the 2023 season with a ruptured Achilles tendon. She returned in 2024 in a strong season where she played all 40 games, averaging 13.7 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 1.5 assists. With efficient shooting numbers at 53.8% from the field and 73.8% from the free throw line, Bree Jones is known as a consistent, dominant, and versatile player on both ends of the floor. She's ranked 3rd in field goal percentage and top 30 in scoring, free throw percentage, rebounding, steals, and blocks. Bree is a perfect addition to the Dream, and it'll be interesting to have her team up with Brittany Griner. Shatori Walker-Kimbrough joins the Dream after coming off the most productive season of her career with the Mystics. Known as one of the league's top contributors off the bench, Shatori played in all 40 games last season, averaging a career-high 7.5 points, 1.9 assists, 1.7 rebounds, and 1.1 steals. She brings relentless defensive pressure. Last season, she led all WNBA reserves in total points scored and steals. Shatori has demonstrated a consistent ability to elevate her game each season and brings a valuable combination of defense, scoring, and versatile playmaking to the Dream. The Dream also signed Maria Gokdang to a rookie-scale contract. Maria is a 6'3" forward from NC State, where she averaged 10.8 points, 7.6 rebounds, and 1.1 blocks. She finished her college career ranked 9th all-time in ACC history in field goal percentage at 59.2%. A key area for her development will be improving her 65.2% free throw shooting to secure a spot on the team. Amani Jefferson, a 5'6" guard from FGCU, also signed a rookie-scale contract. In her 2024-25 season as a graduate student, Amani averaged 14.3 points, 5.8 rebounds, 3.3 assists, 1.5 steals, and 35.2% from the three. Her senior year, she was the first player in FGCU history to be named Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, and Newcomer of the Year. She definitely would be an interesting addition if the Dream's new coach wants a player from his old team. The Dream also signed 2 rookies from the 2025 draft this year. With the 18th pick in the draft, the Dream selected Tahina Paopao. And as I mentioned in my previous video, Paopao will be a great addition to the Dream's backcourt coming off the bench. The 5'9" shooting guard is an excellent three-point shooter, having led the country in three-point accuracy her junior year with 46.8%. Her college stats show her averaging 9.4 points, 2.7 rebounds, 2.8 assists, and 1.1 steals. Paopao is a championship-tested guard who has demonstrated consistency, high-level play, and growth throughout her college career. Her combination of experience, shot-making, defensive pressure, ball handling, and composure make her a valuable asset to the Dream. With the 36th pick, the Dream selected Taylor Theory, a 6'1" small forward from Ohio State. Her college stats show her averaging 10.2 points, 5.2 rebounds, 1.2 assists, and 2.3 steals. She excels in transition, turning defense into offense with her strong three-point shooting percentage of 46.4%, which she led Ohio State in last year. Taylor will bring athleticism, defensive intensity, and three-point shooting to the Dream. The Dream have her listed as a guard/forward, which suggests that she may see time in a 3-guard lineup, so that's something to keep in mind. Improving her 69.7% free throw shooting will be a key area in her development to get more playing time. Finally, the Dream signed 2 training camp contracts this year. With training camp contracts, it's important to remember that these are the players that are the least guaranteed to make the final roster. If the team needs to make cuts, training camp players are most likely to be the first to be cut. The Dream signed Maya Caldwell and Ashley Jones to training camp contracts. Maya Caldwell previously played for the Dream last year on a 1-year contract, appearing in 25 games with 6 starts. The 5'11" guard averaged 5.2 points, 1.8 rebounds, and 1.1 assists. This past offseason, she also played overseas in Spain, where she led her team in points, steals, and minutes per game, averaging 15.8 points, 5 rebounds, 2.1 assists, and 1.6 steals. Ashley Jones is a 6'1" guard from Iowa State. She averaged 21.6 points, 9.7 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1.1 steals in her 2022-23 season. She holds school records in rebounds, field goals, three-pointers, and free throws made. She was selected 19th in the 2023 draft by the Wings and played in a total of 19 games for the Wings, Aces, and Mercury during the 2023 season. Recently, she's played overseas in Greece, averaging 16.2 points per game. Jones is a talented, versatile, and consistent shooter that would bring additional shooting to the Dream's backcourt. Now that we've reviewed the additions and gains, the question now is, what players will the Dream choose for the season? I believe the starting lineup will be Jordan Canada, Alicia Gray, Ryan Howard, Brittany Griner, and Brianna Jones, based on the previous season and new additions to the roster. As for the rest of the team, the Dream are going into training camp with 15 players, so they'll need to cut 3 to make the 12-player roster. Considering they've already waived players from their original roster, the cuts will most likely come from training camp contracts and the rookie scale contracts. The final spot will depend on who shows the most promise in training camp and fills a specific need. With this revamped roster, the Atlanta Dream certainly has the potential to be a playoff contender and potentially even more. However, the Dream need consistent offensive production, front court dominance, and to stay healthy. For the Dream to win consistently, they need more reliable scoring threats than just Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray. And they need to effectively integrate Brittany Griner and Bree Jones into their new system. The Dream's overall success depends on establishing consistent scoring outside and dominating inside, while staying healthy for the majority of the season. All right, guys, thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and definitely comment below your thoughts on who the Dream will keep on their roster and how you think they'll do this season. We'll be back soon with more Kendallville Hoops. Don't forget to spread the knowledge and stay opinionated.